it's I reckon they've been sleeping in the hospitals because they're not as warm as like their actual bedrooms. Like that one's 27 because it's near the thing. That one's 18. 18 might be a bit too cold. Let's amp up all the heaters around the place for them. So I should go in that far. No DLC's choice or just by Muffalo Revenge. That should be fine. Who we got out here? Sorry, should be fine. I don't have the DLCs because I'm not bored of core game as yet. And same with mods and stuff. I don't really have much in the way of mods because I just don't feel like the game needs anything added or removed kind of thing. Like anything that's like difficult about core game and stuff, I just see it as like it is a challenge to kind of like mitigate. Sorry, you might want to move. She's fine. Alright, anyway. Yeah, I just don't feel the need to add it. This is also a closed mods playthrough as well, so I'm not adding or removing anything. If something breaks, I'm just not, you know, replacing it and shit. So, yeah. If it breaks, it sucks. Like we had wild reproduction stopped working, which was helping with like the amount of animals. I don't want to grab all the heaters in the place. I just want to grab the ones just down low in the bedrooms and stuff. So we'll see what we could do with trying to grab them. I might have a problem grabbing some of these cause I thought so. Some of them are just on the edge of areas. Like the grow rooms now have them, and I'm building tiles at the same time, so this is really fucking hard to grab them. But just thought I'd ask in case I wanted them. No, I don't want them. I've had a lot of people offer them and stuff, but no, I'm not interested. I think you're trying to grab a tile, honey, which is not going to help me. Gonna have to wait until some of these floors are done. You guys are gonna have to just deal with sleeping in the cold. And I don't know how I forgot. It was probably when I got raided, but I forgot to do up here. So you guys got these rooms to get going so far. Yeah, no, the game itself, core game, like I've been only playing RimWorld for about 6 years or so. So I'm definitely not bored of it. Most of my colonies are very big and they last a very long time. So, like, for instance, this colony has been, like, over 3 years. My last colony was, like, well, Nido didn't last very long. Nido was, like, 10 months, I think, and then it imploded. I watched it burn. But it was still a big colony and stuff. And then the colony I had before it, which was Asora, it was, like, probably, like, a year and a half or more. Probably nearly 2 years, maybe. And then I've had, like... I think I've had like 4 or so, probably now 4 or 5 very big colonies and only a couple of little ones sandwiched in between it. So I haven't had a lot of time playing. There's not a lot of scenarios and stuff I've kind of like dealt with. Like the first few ones would just try to keep the colony alive, figure out what stuff does, figure out why things are the way that they are, all that sort of stuff. And then when I got up to Asora, which was my last offline colony, I was at the point where I was like, very casually, I just had one location, we never moved. And I made it massive. And I just had substantial colony wealth. And the raids and stuff we got were monumental. And it was just, like, I was just basically building up how to manage my own resources and defenses and caravans constantly to like neighboring tribes to make sure to balance out my resources and all sorts of stuff. Like I got to a point where we were so fucking food wealthy, I ended up just trading with food at one point because it was the thing I had the most of and I just needed to get rid of it. And at that point was around about when I started streaming. And yeah, I briefly showed off that colony before I destroyed it and like deleted my save and shit. And then I started Nido, which Nido didn't last very long because they hated each other from the very, very first fucking day. So yeah, that was interesting. That was an uphill battle non-stop with that colony. And then after they imploded, I gave this one a crack and I started with 21 colonists using EdB Prepare Carefully from all of my previous colonies. Like just a few people like brought in from previous colonies and stuff. And yeah, surprisingly, they got along they got along really well from day one, and I'm like, okay, well maybe we have a chance. And then on top of that, like I said, the landed ship quest wasn't up in the fucking frozen ice sheet for fucking once, and I'm like, holy shit, I can actually fucking get to this. I might go for it. So yeah, we're going for it. Fuck knows what that's going to be like. We'll figure it out when we get there. But I've got at least like probably 2 more moves because it's going to get substantially colder each time I move. And I want to be able to keep the colony alive, and it takes a lot of resources to move. So I can't just do like a one giant jump to it at this point. It will just collapse. So who's starving and why? Shizuka, because I had you building the chairs for ages. You're going off to eat now, you'll be fine. You know, need to go, need to pack up stuff. I'm headed tomorrow Scotland for summer, so got to pack a bit. Yeah, best of luck at your random events. Hopefully a wood trader comes by. Yeah, well, it was nice chatting, and yeah, good luck and safe travels and whatnot. And the colony will probably still be here like after summer, so yeah, if you feel like checking back in and seeing how it's going, go for it. Yeah, I think if I wanted to get the trader that wants to get, you know, resources, I think it's these two would want them. I could take a shit ton to them. It is winter, so that would require us to have like double the food in transit. Just super don't want to do, because I'd rather wait till spring and then go see if I could trade for it. But we've still got 119,000 wood. We're cracking up into the fucking 11,000 wool. I think that's muffler wool. I should probably make some new beds and shit if that's the case, if we got that much resources. We have a lot of chem fuel, which is why I culled off the boomalopes. Food's looking stable. That's a little bit less than what I started with tonight. Probably 200 less than what I started with tonight. So yeah, if I'm in a place in Canada, I can view there or on plane. The planes have Starlink, but see ya, take care. No worries. They do. I just didn't assume that, you know, you'd want to like tune in while you're traveling and stuff like that. Especially, like, I've never been to Canada and stuff, but like, I assume it's a very like beautiful place and stuff, and not really somewhere where you'd like want to, you know, attach into technology as much because of like ambient outdoor like beautifulness and shit. But I don't fucking know. I haven't been. So for all I know, it's like trash, and I'm like, just cue up the Canadians just being like, excuse me. But anyway, you go pack your shit, and yeah, it was nice chatting to you. Vulture, mate, are you able to do construction? Nah. I need somebody that can do some building for a second. And I know it's not Toad. It's probably, maybe not Regal. Kimmy's, no. I'm trying to find somebody to fix the fans. Joshua does fucking nothing. Maybe Nick, perhaps? Yeah. Yeah, take care. Yeah, Nick does do stuff. Mate, do we have slate? Because for all the things that we do have, probably the one thing that we don't, because I don't... Oh, we got slate. I thought this was a location that didn't produce slate. Maybe it does. I kind of almost want to crack open the door a tiny bit now, because it's almost too warm. I was talking about this earlier. I have this like really bad balance in this room of it being either too fucking hot or too fucking cold. So give me a second. I'm going to see if I can adjust my aircon or my heater or whatever to try to like maybe not be as hot so I don't have to open the door and then lose this nice ambient heat. Give me a sec. Yeah, turns out that the heater wasn't as high as I thought it was, which means that it could have maybe got ambiently hotter outside then, because when I started tonight, I said it felt really fucking cold, but the temperature did not reflect that. Temperature has gone down, but its minimum for the night has gone up, so I'm guessing it's not going to get much colder. It must have got cloudy or something out there, because yeah, when it comes into winter, because I stream overnight because I'm awake at night, I actually do kind of check what weather we've got going, because it can get really, really cold. And once I'm cold, I just about can't warm up. And like if I get cold enough to the point where like I have to go for like a hot shower or something like that, even warm water feels scalding. So I don't enjoy it. So I try to keep myself ambiently warm to begin with and prevent myself from getting to the point of being like freezingly cold kind of thing, you know? I might also end up putting some decent armchairs in here, which, since they want Mufflo's stuff... Oh yeah, I was also replacing these chairs too. There we go. I figured out where I started all this. I told you I'd sort it out eventually. Anyway, we have a lot of blue fur, but I don't think it's the same as like Mufflo wool. I still have 11,000 blue fur, so I think we're okay for this. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna go put some down around like the nice chairs. What do we get? Inspired trade, inspired creativity. That ain't where I want that chair. But, yeah, I don't know. We kind of got like really cold weather out of the blue the other day. Which way is this facing? That way and that way. I was going to put the chairs along here. I'm tempted to flip these and put chairs down here, but I guess we could put them on this side. This feels weird. It feels like it's like, I don't know if you guys get this, but like, you know when you, I don't know, put a fucking chair in a room or a bed in a room or something like that, like some kind of like furniture decor kind of business type stuff, right? And then if it's not in like a set direction, sometimes it just feels really off. Like, you know, like if you put like, for instance, a bed in a room and it's like, I don't know, the bed head end is up against like the main door to walk in, or like it's across from it or something like that. When you go to lay down, it just has like this uncomfortable feeling to it kind of thing. I feel like that sometimes with like decorating in my like vase and shit, because I feel like I should move this down one and then get like an extra row of chairs, or it should be facing downwards and outwards kind of thing, but it's fine. Either way. We have also, technically I've got the 3 infinite cam reactors. I super don't need the extra boomer lopes, I don't think. I'll wait till it rains and I might call off the boomer lopes. With the view that we have got 3 infinite chem reactors. If my colonists don't kick them, like pretty much once we hit about 50,000, I think was what we needed to move last time. And a colony with this much resources, I would nearly say twice that, but we're at like 21,000 and we've just like settled in here. So if it's that easy to get that much chem fuel off just keeping a few boomalopes, well, I can just get a few boomalopes in the future and then I don't have shit constantly catching on fire, which would be kind of nice. And I have a few less animals that are not producing much for me. Like, yeah, they produce, you know, chem fuel. Chem fuel's valuable. I can always sell that in a pinch and shit, but like, we can't eat that shit. That ain't eggs or milk. You know, I don't actually know. Somebody let me know. Actually, fuck it. I'm going to click on one of these guys. Do you guys peel to leather, or you have plain leather? Okay, that's what that is. I was going to say, I'm like, I actually don't know if they are peelable because of like the degree of like fuel in them and stuff. But anyway, how you guys going with your chairs? Because I haven't seen any pings for like masterwork. And if I get rid of the ones that you've already made that are kind of crap, so they haven't moved that one yet. That's excellent. I'm looking for primarily excellent or above chairs to put around this base. Acosta, are you coming up to build? Yeah. Okay, well, when you're done, can I get you to disassemble some chairs around this place? Because I have got a few and I'm going to need to put these chairs somewhere. Obviously, once they're built and shit. So it doesn't take them very long to, like, pull it apart. I do love seeing this. Like, I've got, like, 9 people in here building. There could be more, you know. But I have other shit building around the place, too. So I've been wanting to have a look at... We have not been making bionics because I've been trying to build up components. And I really need them to hit... Like, I have a limit of 100 advanced components. But I don't want them to cap at 100 components. Sorry. I might tell them to keep making up until about 1,000 components. I know that that seems like an awful lot, but we're probably not going to reach it anytime soon. What do you got? Making bionic hearts. Keep a couple of hearts in order. A couple of spines. I'm cool with them making a couple of things. I'm going to need eyes and shit soon, though. That one's the production for, like, bits and pieces. You're making spines. We're trying to keep things that are, like, urgent, irreplaceable things. Like, if somebody's got a broken spine, they're just going to start losing their skills. They're laying in a hospital bed. Like, it's not going to help them. If they're having a heart attack, they need a heart ASAP. I can't just not have them, you know. So, oh yeah, you have the limit on you. I'll put an extra 0 in there, and we'll chuck an extra 0 in here. There we go. 1,000. And then what have we got? Advanced components. I don't want to increase advanced components. I do want to make sure that... Okay, what else are we making in here? So we've hit our limit of spare EMP shells, which means that we should have finished building all the EMP thingies around the place. There shouldn't hopefully be any missing anymore. That's right, I can only select 200 at a time. Alright, hold on. That would be why I missed it at one point. I didn't realize we accidentally made a fucking heart up here. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. That was not intentional, but that's fantastic. Let me take a screenshot of that shit. Anywho. 2 colonists idle, Johnson and Dark Eye. They're always idle. But what's your problem? Darkness, minor pain, recreation, unfulfilled, chilly. Who is your partner? Lover is... Oh, yeah, you don't get to sleep with her. She's married. That's your own problem for falling in love with her, love. Dark Eye, you are... What's your beef? Intense pain, ratty apparel, awful bedroom. The fuck is wrong with your bedroom? You need a right ear, a left lung. I'll see if I've got another ear. Was it right ear? Okay, we'll get your ear sorted out. You've recently obviously had a fucking punch up or something, and you've got frostbite. So, what are we going with the clothing production going on in here? We have t-shirts, button-downs, jackets need to... Or actually parkas. Bring the parkas up. Don't you squeak at me, little guinea pig. I fucking heard you. I don't know where you are. There. Guinea pig. It's like... I just heard it off to the side. So you guys are going to start making parkas. We got talks already mapped out to the most. So this is going to probably cap us a little bit with like other clothing that they can have. But once they have like the maximum with this anyway, we really shouldn't have 100 spare, but there's a good chance that nobody's taken off a parka for like a while. So I don't really mind telling them to move it all the way up. That one's already got a parka on it. They will be the more important thing for the moment. If they're going to make something, they should make those. And there we go. Alright, all the parkas going to be made. They've still got a cap on the medicine, which medicine's sort of okay. It's about 1 battle away from being emptied. And our leather supply looks like it's either very well stacked or low. I don't know which. What? These rooms should be getting warm enough. We got art benches still going. What are you guys making it, Smitty? Also realized it's called a smithy, and I always call it a smitty because like it just sounds like a better name, Electric Smitty. You know, sounds like a dude. I don't know. Make plate armor, gladius, simple helmet. Okay, so they have been replacing those. That's great. We're making plate armor to at least give them some armor. Because I'm pretty sure this shit weighs a lot. 600 odd to make. 170 odd metal or wood. What's the other bench that does the good shit? These. I'm not making them yet. Honestly, I don't mind like flak stuff because it doesn't seem to be too heavy duty. Making them like flak pants and stuff is generally like a good way to give them extra armor. I never really find like my colonists have like their leg shot off or some shit like that, you know? So, I don't know. What else have we got in here? You guys only make flak off that. I don't want to look at flak stuff. You got recon and marine. So what is this? 80 to 10 to 3 versus 100 to 20 to 4. For a colony of this size, recon armor would probably be like the next logical jump. That would be what I'd like to leave here with as an objective. Honestly, it's gonna take so much stuff. It does use uranium. I guess we shouldn't make so many chairs with it, but fuck it, we'll dig it up. It'll be fine. So you take a little bit more to make. Obviously, a lot more resources to make. That's fine. Alright, so they're making some stuff. I kind of want to let them make the other stuff just to have like the surplus. The only way that I could possibly do it is if I put a shelf in here, though. Like I could probably put like a little shelf or something, or like a set of, I was going to say 5 shelves. I could put 5 mini shelves in the center. I just don't know if they'd be able to get to the dead center one. Maybe. What I'm thinking is shelves, furniture, not bookcase, shelf, is doing something along the lines of, once it's finished auto-saving, is here's dead center and then putting like one up, one down, one to side and stuff, right? What I was kind of maybe thinking of for the hospital, which would then allow us to stack more stuff dead central to it. I almost don't want to put stacks of medicine on there, because what tends to happen is my colonists will put a lot in one pile, and then if there's a lot in one pile, my colonists can't access a lot of medicine at one time, which is also the downside to deep stacks, by the way, for anybody that's ever wondered. I don't know if that's something that can be altered to be like uniquely don't stack medicine into massive piles, but it's not something that I can change because of the like no like changes to mods playthrough that I'm doing. So it's irrelevant for me, but I'm sure if it was something that like I knew about at the beginning, if it was something that could be changed for specifics, I probably would have changed it for that. Because I never really have like thousands of medicines to need to worry about like their stacks and shit. If I'm gonna put down a shelf, I was thinking maybe like jade, because we just have like, I have a shit ton of jade and I'm not using it. And again, it would give them something really pretty that they'd want to break. So I'm gonna put a couple of these in the dead center. Where the fuck my other hospitals are? Where am I? I'm on the bottom of the map. I have a lot of crap in this one because of the statues. I'll have to come back to that. And I have the same kind of thing going on in here. So I can get 2. If I want to move these fuckers around, move it to here. We'll see what we can do. If I move around the coolers right now, we'll have a problem where they'll turn them on. Mind you, they'll probably turn the heaters on too, but it's not really super critical if they do that. You guys want to move those, and I don't know if this area has, this one doesn't have 2 heaters either. I don't think I scrimped on it purposely, but I'll have to remove these to have statues, I guess. To get rid of them, I'm gonna have to remember to put those back, somebody remind me later, like when the game gets around to like fucking summer, I guess. We'll remove all of these. Hippos in a frenzy, that's fine. Remove them, that will allow me a couple of containers. And let me grab these shelves and I'll go and grab, gotta be careful with this because I do have individual shelves like in other places. So I want these fuckers to link, even though they're in multiple different hospitals. Same shit, different day, not rotten. I think it's manufactured or items. I would have thought it was, oh no, body parts, here we go. Pretty sure it doesn't matter if it's a fresh organ or not. Pretty sure you guys have said that it doesn't need to be refrigerated. It just has to be indoors. What's this thing's problem? It's not being like refrigerated or anything. What about the one next to it? One next to it's fine. Somebody's obviously kicked that one at some point, or it's just come out of somebody that's wrecked. Animal starvation. Who? Are they the cats? Hold on. Yeah, the cats are starving again. Okay, hold on. There's shit for us to hunt? No. Of the cats, I guess it's probably the pack of the kittens we're gonna have to probably get rid of, because they're probably starving because they probably can't get to food. A lot of the adult cats are probably miscarriage, but I guess they can eat their kittens, as like morbidly disgusting as that is. And I don't think I have a couple of panthers that need to be culled. So we'll get like a tiny bit of meat off them. but I really don't have anything else at the moment. I did a solid job of like culling everything, so whatever meat we had is whatever meat we had, which as you can see we have like very little. And I have panthers and cats and stuff, which I'm pretty certain the cats can get in here. It's just that they don't seem to. Cats can definitely get in. They can get into at least one stack of food, plus all of the like kitchen areas. I'm wondering if they've got a problem with the fences, but I don't think that that applies to the cats. Because I'm pretty sure, like they're not going to go up and over that at the moment because like they're not allowed out of the zone. But I don't think fences are an issue because I've seen the cats use doors. So, I mean, pretty canonical shit right there, but I'm trying to find a cat that is actively trying to like use a door or is inside of a space where a door is necessary to access it. And it's just one of those times where it's like, I'm not finding one. I could just find one cat doing it. It could also be that like the piles of food that I do have is being bagged by too many colonists or meat-eating animals at once. And that is preventing, holy crap, what the fuck is going on? You guys having a party or? Oh, it's a marriage ceremony, that's fine, I guess. Alright, well I guess my colonists are getting married. The kit? Inspired creativity. There's only 2 spots that they can possibly stand in, and a lot of them are facing this way, so I'm wondering if it's going to be on this side, or if it's actually one of these guys over here. Some might drink. I love seeing them all coming here, because like, the majority of the colonists, if they can walk, they'll be in here. I always find it kind of funny with RimWorld because obviously there seems to be some kind of game mechanic that says like, oh, when somebody gets married, like basically the entire colony is invited. And I assume that that was based on most people only having like up to maybe 20 odd colonists at most. And then you get this and you try to fit every fucking colonist from everywhere in here in that room except for people that are having like mental breaks and shit. And it ends up just looking like this. Like, I can't even select everybody here because there's over 200 in this zone. So, yeah. Fuck knows who's getting married. If I could figure it out, that would be great. I won't know until afterwards, maybe. I'm assuming it's going to be on this side because I'm not seeing anybody stacking up over there. It does look like there's somebody facing downwards. Attending wedding. Are you getting married? Is the person behind you? Normally it will say if it's them getting married or not. There's like at least like 1 or 2 people that are standing on the things and they're facing the right-ish way. I just can't fucking see who's on it. There's at least 1 person wearing a grey suit of armor on this, and I can't see who's in it, but they've stayed there this whole time, so I'm thinking they're the one maybe getting married. Attending wedding ×2. Hold on. It's great to see when 2 people come together. Okay, but like, if it's ×2, does that mean I've got 2 weddings going on in here, or is it just we've had a second wedding really short time ago? Because that's great if we're getting like, what is it, that buff of like 20. Oh no, you've only got it once. Somebody in here has got it twice. Either way, they're loving this room, so good for them. I wonder if it would show me. It only does. Yeah, there's 2 people. Okay. So purple chimpanzee and human got married not long ago. And this is Kit and Millsy. Okay, Kit and Millsy are getting married. Fucking finally. Yeah, anyway, they're in here somewhere. See, I reckon it's... Nope. Camber must be the one wearing the suit of armor, they just haven't moved. Anyway. I love watching them, like, leave these. Because what will happen is, once the marriage ceremony is over, everybody will just, like, mass exodus. Like, they're waiting for all the colonists, by the way. They're waiting for as many colonists to come in as is going to attend. There's a lot that are asleep. They're probably not going to attend it and stuff, but there's still like the dregs are rolling in now. Sale doesn't look like he's attending it, and I was wondering, mate, if you could come in and just clean the fuck out of this rec room during this event. Like, it's a big job. You're alright. There's a cat that's gotten in past fences. They can get in past fences.